I don't know if this shit is recording. Honestly. This is always so complicated. Are you recording? What are you doing? I figured out. I figured out how to make it work. So, hey guys, welcome back. If anyone even came back. Haha, no one's watching your videos. Okay, I'm back from like, I don't know, Mars apparently, because I haven't been on here since God knows how long. And that little annoying thing you hear in the background, that's my brother watching his shit really loudly. So thank you for that. So I haven't posted in a while. Kind of got out of like, I don't know, I kind of got out of touch with a bunch of the stuff that I like doing. Like I stopped working out, I stopped doing yoga, I stopped reading, which is insane for me. Like I was still reading, but it's not really reading. Like I read a book a week, and with work and other shit and school and, you know, life, I kind of just stopped doing the stuff that I actually enjoy doing. And it's been affecting me pretty negatively. Like I've been in a really pissy, shitty mood for a while now. And I don't like feeling like this. Like I don't think anyone does. There have been some changes in my life. Some stuff going down. Honestly speaking, now that I've calmed down of the like original, oh my god, I feel better. I feel a lot better. I have time for myself again, and it's like I have the energy to take that time for myself again. So, doing that annoying thing YouTubers do, calling myself a YouTuber, doing that annoying thing people do on videos where they talk like really, really long in the intro and then you skip ahead, so probably no one's even listening anymore. So, I could say something, I don't know, top secret, no one would even know because you all skipped ahead, missed it. Okay, I'll stop. So, the last time that I was on here with you guys, I talked about childhood in Chile and a little bit of childhood in the States. This time around, I want to get a little bit more in depth. I would like to get in depth about the States, but honestly speaking, I don't remember that much. Okay, no, we're gonna try. Okay, so growing up in the States was a lot of fun, honestly speaking. Like Halloween, people. Honestly, I live for autumn and Halloween. I hate heat. I hate it. We had both in where I was living. I lived in Iowa and Illinois. Oh, the heat waves, man, I wanted to die. Because ever since I've been small, I've always had this feeling like when it's cold, you bundle up, you stay inside, you go, your mom buys you hot cocoa, you know? But it's hot and you just want to rip your skin off. So no, I suffer all year and wait until autumn, and when it's finally autumn, I'm like, yes, it's autumn, and then I wait for Halloween, I'm like, yes, it's Halloween. And technically, it's always pre-Halloween, because as soon as Halloween is over, it's before the next one. I'm a little obsessed. Okay, so growing up in the States, Halloween was literally my favorite fucking thing. Everything is decorated. People fucking celebrate shit that you don't even understand why the fuck they're celebrating it. They don't even understand why the fuck they're celebrating it, but they're celebrating it. I love that. School was a hoot and a half, cause it was public school. I mean, it was a good school. The bathrooms were clean, the classrooms were fine. There was like no graffiti on the walls. School lunches were just like in the movies. Yeah, unedible shit. I understand why no one wants to eat broccoli in the States. It tastes like soap, okay? The broccoli here doesn't taste like soap, but the broccoli over there definitely tastes like soap. I wouldn't want to eat that either. The only good thing was that once a week we'd have pizza day, and then my mom would let us eat at school, and we'd get like a slice of pizza and a carton of milk. Who the fuck thinks that a carton of milk? Yeah, I never understood that. While in school, actually, once there was this, what is this even called in English? It's, they basically called and they told that they were gonna shoot up the school. And we had to hide under the tables for like an hour. It was bad. One of the teachers was crying. Lots of the kids were crying. We had to hide. Like, no one was allowed to be in the hallway. Some kids were in the closet, some kids were under the tables. the teachers were like walking back and forth but like hunched over, you know, in case. It was bad. Once word got out, because the teachers didn't want to tell anyone, but somehow obviously word got out, don't ask me how, you had this mob of parents at the entrance of the school, but the teachers had locked the doors, they wouldn't let them in because no one knew what was going on, you know. No one knew if it was bad for the parents to go in and get the kids and take them out, or if that's what they were waiting for, you know, to start shooting. It was bad. Like, I don't even know if I remember everything correctly. I just know like being really scared and wondering where my little brother was, because we weren't in the same grade. So I was like, please, please, please be okay. And then when they finally allowed the parents in, the parents took their kids home, and it was like 2 weeks of no one going to school. Like, no one went. The parents wouldn't send their kids. My mom kept us home like 3 weeks. She was like, you're not going there. We went back eventually, obviously, but that was like, definitely don't miss that. So glad nothing happened, of course. Like, we were really lucky. It turned out to be just some, I don't want to say older kids, because they weren't kids. They were like 28 or something, and it turns out that they just thought it'd be fun to tell that joke or whatever, and yeah, they got in a lot of trouble, so that's good. Friends in the States, wow. I want to say friends in the States is pretty much like friends have kind of always been for me. I'm not the best at it. I mean, okay, so I have this thing where I meet people, and originally you either like me or you hate me. There's like almost no people in between. Like, indifference towards me, I have almost never experienced. You either hate my guts or you love me to death. It's all very aggressive. People kind of, they meet me, and the ones that like me, they like me for a while. Then they kind of get tired of me or bored of me or something. I don't know why that happens. Maybe I'm only enjoyable in short periods of time. I have no idea. So I had a couple friends there. The first school that my brother and I went to was a bilingual school, because my mom wanted to make sure that we kept the Spanish as we learned the English. She didn't want us to lose it. So she found this bilingual school. She found this bilingual school, and she was really happy about it. She was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, let's send the kids here. They're gonna enjoy it. I hear you. Okay, so the classmates were nice. The parents were nice. Teachers were crazy. It was a bilingual school filled with racists. I mean, no names are being named here, okay? Like, I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just sharing my story. Bilingual school full of racists. I'm not even kidding. When my parents realized that, they were like, what the f... So, they went to talk to the principal of this school, and it turns out she was the biggest racist of them all. She wasn't racist towards my parents, because they were like educated or whatever shit she had in her head, and they'd come here legally, because I don't even know, but that's what she was telling them. And they were just sitting there like, what? And she was like, yeah, and I'm so sorry you have to be in school with these peasants. And my parents were like, what? So that was fun. And they asked her, they would have kept us in school, so they went to talk to the guy that was like above her, and they told him like what was going on and the things that she had said, and he was like, oh my god, that's awful, you know. Of course the woman ended up getting fired, you know, because it turns out that she'd done a lot of other shit, and there had been a lot of other complaints, and it was finally enough for her to like go to a different fucking school, maybe an all-white school, I don't know. My parents would have left my brother and me in that school, but when they talked to this guy that was like in charge of everything, and they were like, yeah, where are your kids? And he was like, oh, they're in a different school. Even though they were bilingual too, my parents were like, fishy, fishy, fishy. So they ended up taking us out and putting us into a different school. The next school, I had a friend. Shall we call him a friend? I thought he was my friend. But he would spend the better part of the day making fun of me to the point where I was about to cry, and then apologize and say, oh my god, I'm just kidding. And then the whole thing would start again. And I don't know in what part in my life I got into this rhythm of hanging out with people that are bad for me. Like, he wasn't good for me. He was actually really, really shitty. He was a shitty kid. I don't know why he was like that. I mean, I'm sure some psychologist could come up with 1,000,001 reasons why he acted that way, but I honestly don't care. I just didn't want my friend to treat me like that, and it took me a while to learn to stand up to people. Like, honestly speaking, I used to be a wimp. I wasn't able to stand up to people. Not for myself. If I saw someone else getting bullied or someone else getting made fun of or someone else like whatever, I was like there and down and like, you want to go? Let's go. Like the fights that I was in when I was a kid, they weren't for me. They were for someone else. For me, I was always like, please don't hurt me. I'm small. I cry. I don't know why. So when I finally realized this guy's a piece of... I didn't know that word yet, but I realized, you know, the sentiment was the same. I stopped being friends with him, and he started spreading rumors about me. Don't even ask me what it was because I blocked that out. I have no idea. But it must have been real bad for like a 7-year-old, 6-year-old. How old was I? Hold on, I don't know. It must have been really bad for like a 10-year-old. So that didn't go well the rest of, I don't know how many years I was there anymore. But it wasn't good. It was pretty shitty. That was, I guess, primary school? Or what was that? I'm so confused. Well, anyway, I graduated from whatever that was. And I went to another school. You have to remember I went to the States when I was 6. So I must have done some years in some level of school and then went to another. I'm an idiot. Okay. So in this next school, I made a new friend. She was not a friend. No name shall be named. What shall we call her? What shall we call her? We're gonna name her. Seriously, we can't think of anything. We're gonna name her Moon, okay? So Moon, I just saw my moon necklace over there. So Moon was the first friend that I made in that school, and she was sweet to me for a while. And we were in piano lessons. Piano lessons? We were in, oh my god, not cello, not guitar. Wow. Today's not a good day. It hasn't been a good week. Violin. We were together in violin classes, and she still plays the violin amazingly. I never learned to play the violin. I was in violin classes for 2 years. I don't know what the fuck I did because I learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm so sorry to my parents for all the money they spent on those classes. I didn't learn shit. I played 2 concerts and I pretended to play the whole time. It was bad. So anyway, I met her in the class, and we had violin class together, and we started hanging out a lot. We would do homework together. And this has happened to me a couple times. You're going to hear this a few times. For some reason, always, I ended up being the wimp of the class. No one wanted me. It was like I had some kind of weird infectious disease. No one wanted to be friends with me in school. Outside of school, people would hang out with me. They called me. We had play dates. We'd go on trips with their parents or with my parents. Like, it was a completely different thing. But at school, it was like, I can't talk to you over at school. Why? I think it's just, you know, it's better to like just concentrate on school and stuff. And I was like, okay. So yeah, it was shit. Of course it was shit. But I believed it. For example, the few times that she would invite me over to her house, because funny part, we lived next to each other. This is like textbook friendship, right? Living next to each other, growing up next to each other, being friends. No, bitch was using me the whole time. She would only invite me over whenever she wanted to watch TV, and her mom wouldn't let her watch TV unless she had a guest. Hello. So she'd invite me over and we'd watch TV, and then she'd send me back home. It was pretty sad. Kind of pathetic. I was a kid. So then this new girl, let's call her, oh my god, she was a bitch, but let's not call her anything mean. She was Pillow. So Pillow and Moon became really good friends, like the kind of friends that I had always wanted to be with Moon, always. But I didn't get it. Pillow got it. And Pillow hated my guts. Oh, that's when the bullying like really started. Pillow got physical with me a couple times. She was strong. But I never backed down. I'd like to say that. No, I did back down sometimes. What are you saying? Okay, so the times that I did stand up, like try to fight back or whatever, I did pretty good. I defended myself pretty good before the teachers pulled us off each other. So yeah, so I finished that school, and okay, so here's the thing. I need to stop saying okay and jumping all over the place. Oh, this is gonna be such shit to edit. Okay, I've always loved writing. Always. I love writing poetry. I love writing stories. I'm gonna go with short stories because I've never finished a long story. Attention span of a goldfish here. So I love writing short stories. I love writing poetry. I love reading. I love Edgar Allan Poe. I love words. I love them. I mean, growing up with no friends, you learn to read real fast and realize I don't need friends. I got 1,000,001 here in this library filled with books and adventures. I know it sounds sad sometimes, but it was actually pretty fucking amazing growing up reading as much as I did. It was, I mean, I went on 1,000,001 adventures, and the favorite books that I still have today, that I have them like old friends almost, it's like visiting an old friend when I reread them. It's like I get to submerge myself again in this world with these characters and live this adventure again, and it's so you know, well, I don't know this, but I've heard that when you call a friend that you used to be really good friends with and you haven't talked with in a while, and you call them and suddenly it's like you haven't been apart that long, that's what it's like for me when I pick up a book that I'm like rereading. It's like visiting an old friend and just having it be perfect again, like we didn't spend any time apart. It's just awesome. I'm getting off track here. So I've always loved writing, and for that summer there was this really prestigious kind of writing program going on, and you had to write a short story and submit it by the end of June or something like that. And they were gonna select, like, out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of applicants, they were only gonna select like 40 kids. And I was like dying to go, right? I was like, whoa. Now that I think about it, I don't know how much that might have cost. I have no idea. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I just really wanted to go. And I wrote this story about this girl who really loves stay. Has this been in the frame the whole time? You're kidding me. The whole time? Oh my god. So I had to delete some stuff off my card because it's full. So I'm gonna have to cut this one short, because if I take everything off the camera and then turn the camera, okay. If I figure out how to take everything out of the camera, put it on my computer, and then put the camera back up on the stand in a way that it's sitting in the right position, like, honestly, I won't be able to do it. And the light is gonna go, and I'm not some fancy sponsored bitch up in here with like lights I can use. I am very dependent on the sun, and the sun is gonna go down soon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I make more soon, because I really like making them. I like talking to myself, and if I put a camera in front of me, it's less creepy. Gotta use them brain cells. So, you know, thanks for watching, and if you like it, keep watching, you know, more stuff of mine, because there's like 2 whole other videos you could watch. Wow, I know, right? Won't even fill your Saturday afternoon. But if you feel like it, feel free. Okay, so I don't have an intro or an outro because I'm not important enough to have one. So, see you guys later, and remember to take care of yourself. I know it's stupid and totally overused and so cliche, but please take care of yourself. Try to not put yourself in a difficult situation, or try to take yourself out. Let's say that, because sometimes you can't really control what kind of situations you end up in. Not always, but you can. Try to get yourself out of bad relationships and bad situations, and cut negative people the fuck out of your life. Like, 0 contact, cut out. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And at the beginning you're gonna feel shitty, and you're gonna miss them, and you're gonna be like, why did I do this? Was this all a mistake? The only thing I can say is stay strong. It's totally gonna be worth it on the long run. Seriously, it's so worth it. As time goes on, you realize, wow, I have all this energy that this black hole was sucking out of me. Now they're not sucking it out of me anymore. This turned dirty real quickly. Now you have all this energy and time for yourself. You're gonna appreciate it. Okay, so I'm done pretending to be a guru. Bye.